I'm on this. Hello, welcome to Warrior Class, where the teachers whoop ass, and you will too if you pass. Sorry about that. Trying to figure out this phone. I don't do the iPhones, and I'm trying to figure it out and walk the family through today. In this episode, um, I will be doing this episode, which is "Do you want to ride with my family?" My daughter is now taking the camera, my youngest. I got seven daughters, one son. Bring it down a little bit, right there. Yes. Uh, she is 13. She's shooting for us. My wife is going to be partnered with me in what we're doing. So I'm going to get up now. Bring that up a little bit. Yeah, right there. And I'm going to show you how to intelligently, safely enter your car. Most of us don't have a clue. We're so eager to get where we're going that we rush, and we don't take an extra 10 seconds to do this. What's 10 seconds? It's not a lot, and it can save a lot. Okay, so as you're coming up on your car, whether you're in a parking lot, whether you're in a parking garage, what have you, I am here. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure you can hear me. It says, live your comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Tap on a comment to show it on the screen. I don't know what they mean. I'm terrible with these things here. But we're going to keep rolling. Hopefully everything is working. It says you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you, the Spider-Man. So as you approach your car, we were going to do this with the car outside, but it's in Atlanta. It's been pouring down, raining. So I've set this up like a car. Imagine those two seats are the front seat, and those are the back seat, the three. But it's the back of the car. I walk up to it, probably stand about 10 feet away. I check one side. Make sure nobody's hiding on that side. Nobody's kneeling down or what have you, right? Then I check the other side. Same thing. Then if you can't, you can use your phone, somebody with you to do this. You check underneath. You check underneath to make sure, one, nobody's hiding underneath, and also nobody's hiding in the front. Nobody's standing in the front. They're kind of squatting down so you can't see through the back window and through the windshield. You can't see them. So you look and see if you see any legs right there. Okay? Now that you know nobody's there, you briskly walk with your keys in your hand. Do not have your keys in a purse, in your pockets, or anything like that. Do not do that. Because if you see me doing that, people are always coming to my wife's shop. We're shooting at her shop. And so I'm turning away because we shoot. She's not even open on Saturdays, but folks don't care. They love this place. They keep going, you'll love it too if you come here at Multicultural Botanica. Anyway, so keys in your hand, not for self-defense. You're not going to use a key for self-defense. I spoke about that before on another episode. If you think you're going to stab somebody or put it between your fists like you Wolverine or something and cut some, you're not. It's going to end up hurting your hand. I've done that on the Remix Morning Show. I've done it on our show too. That key, when it bends, it will actually break your own finger. So no, your key is not built for self-defense. It's made for opening that car door. So you should have it out. If you're fiddling around and somebody's planning to do you harm, they got you. Because you're right here looking in your bag, or you're fiddling around in your pocket, and they're coming at you. And you may not even see them. Okay? So make sure you got it out if you care about your safety. Maybe you care about the safety of other people with you. Because they may not come to your side, they may come to the side of your loved one. and do them. Snatch them. Could be a dog just, got rabies. It's coming. And it'll get up on you quick. And you feeling around. What you gonna do? Run back inside where you at? You had the key out, open the door, you get in the car. Okay? That's how you do that. Even if the car's in your driveway, you still check. Still check. I came outside one morning, our car doors were all open. That was obvious thing. I said, "Dear, somebody broke in our car." Okay. We called the authorities. I don't trust the authorities, but that's what you do when somebody breaks in your drive. One thing that I warned you of, when I did that, they asked, the first question he asked wasn't what happened, did you leave the car doors open? Nothing like they said, you got any firearms in the house? Be careful, but that's got nothing to do. I said, of course not. Of course I said I didn't have. No way am I trusting a man. If I said, I got all kinds of firearms in the house, I'd probably been locked up. Or he'd have been like, can I see the firearms, please? And that's none of his business. But he comes in, he does the illegal thing because the law ain't lawful. He comes in and does the illegal thing so he can get an arrest or kill a brother. And he was black. He wasn't a brother. Okay. So make sure you have your key out. Even when you're leaving your house, you do the same. Check, check, check. If the front of the car is facing, you're now checking, looking to see if anybody's in the back. Okay. You go to your car. Now, if the front was facing, this would be the driver's side. Those who drive understand that. Okay. If the back is facing, that's the driver's side. Either way, you get there, you open that door. You don't stand in line with the door. You stand slightly behind the door so you can use that if you have to. At least the front's protected. You're looking here. That's there. You get in the car. Both legs in quickly. Do not sit in the car ever, one leg hanging out. Even you waiting on somebody to come out or whatever. Okay. Dude stole some bean pies from Brothers in the Nation in Chicago. I decided I was going to get those bean pies back. I stood on a street called Madison Avenue. I stood on Madison Avenue, hollering at the top of my lungs, bean pie, y'all, we got some bean pies. Dude pulls up. He like, man, bring the pie. Same dude, bring the pies over. And the way I do that, I had a description of them, right? Bring the pies over. Bring the pies over. He's just going to take them. I said, what's going on? Y'all get the pies, brother? What's going on? They $10 each. He opens the door. Put the pies in the back, man. Put out like that. I said, all right. Open the door. Put him in there. Grab this door. Boom, boom, boom on his leg that was out. I won that engagement. He fell out the car, leg broken up, took those bean pies out, ran his pockets. You owe more money for those bean pies that you stole. And that was it for him. And I got the money back from him. I won't say how. So do not have your leg out because you may not be stealing bean pies from folks. You may just be waiting on a friend. You get your leg slammed up and then they run your pockets. Okay? So be very careful in how you operate a vehicle. This vehicle can be your friend. It can be your enemy. You don't know what you're doing. Okay? If I'm going to enter a car and I'm with somebody, can you come over there? This is my wife, Balogun. They got recruited, her and me. My daughter got recruited for this episode. Bile and Ominiki are feeling under the weather. We wish them good health and a quick recovery. And I'm sure they'll be back next week. If not, they'll be back next week with me again. So I'm trying to walk with my children to the car. Okay. So have your child in front of you. Don't do this. I've seen this before. The person walking, come on, y'all. And they walk into the car, and the child back there, somebody can snatch the child. And before you know it, child gone. Okay. So then you turn around. Where Ray? Ray got snatched. So do not allow that to happen. You say, come on, y'all. And then let's go to the car. Y'all are walking quickly to the car. You kind of lead them along with your hand. When you get to the car, they're sitting in the back. If they small, if not, if they're not small, you ain't got to be leading them by their hand. You're walking right. So imagine they're small. Imagine my wife is 5 years old now. Okay. So got to get in the car. The best way to do this, if you have a car sizable enough to do it, is you have them get in the car. Now, if it's a baby, they get in the car, you put them in that car seat, you get in, and you close that door, and you strap them in with the door locked. You strap them in, then you get out, and you get in the front. 5-year-old, go ahead, get in the car. You looking, then you can close it. Right? Once again, I said if it's a baby, then you get in the front. If it's a baby, I put you over there. Okay. Put you in the car seat, I get in. Okay. I see people lean over. They strap the baby, door open. The baby in the car can get easily taken. Okay. So you close the door and then you finish. You turn and finish cooking the baby in there. Baby, you make sure baby good. You make sure you good. Sit, look out the window, look out the front window, side. You can check those mirrors, make sure nobody's creeping up. Then you open that door, you get out the vehicle, boom. Then you quickly get into your car. Make sure your keys are in your hand ready now. And you open that door and you sit down in your car, in your seat, right? If your child's older, 13, 14 or whatever, could be 10, depending on the size of them, they can sit in the front. So what you should do is walk them around. And, when they're 13, 14, I don't want you to walk them around. My son used to go to school. He walking off to school. He's in college now, but he was going off to middle school. And when he was going to high school. I said, all right, son, especially high school. All right, love you, son. Have a good day. Every day. He wasn't thinking, why is daddy downstairs working so early? He leave out to walk to school. I creep out as soon as he go past the window where he can't see me. I creep out and I watch him as he walked till he got to the bus stop. I fade back so he couldn't see me, and I wait until the bus got him when he was in middle school. When he was in high school, I just wait till I just couldn't see him walking no more. Okay, so sometimes you gotta, you make them feel like okay, they independent, but you still got their back. And he told me he knew he was just, he was happy I had his back. And one time the police stopped him, and he did know when he was in middle school. He looked back at me. He said, my father's right there. I could see, tell us what he's telling them. And those police were pissed that I was standing out there. They probably going to abduct him. And abduct a child, that's $40,000. That's probably what they make a year. They're going to give them one pop off a child. And it probably wasn't their first time. So you walk the child over, or you say, all right, you go ahead, go in. Check my phone. You're looking at them the whole time as they go in. Then you come around and you get in. If it's cool, if you can't chirp the thing, beep, so they can get in, then you have to walk over, open the door, and say, you can open your side. I like doing it like this. I'm old school. You open the door, let them get in, walk around to your side, get in. Okay. Lock the doors and drive off as quickly and safely as you can. Okay. Now, let's say I'm sitting in the car and I get attacked while in the car. That can happen a number of ways. It can happen from the side. Now, when you get in the car, the first thing you should do is lock it. You shouldn't let the windows down, because I know sometimes it gets hot. Your air conditioner may be janky. You gotta let that window down. Okay. When I stayed in Phoenix, my air conditioner is the biggest selling point of a car in Phoenix because it's so hot. Air conditioner went out. I had all the windows down. That's dangerous as hell. Okay. And I passed out from heat stroke. Luckily, the windows were down. They were able to pull me out the window, save my life, right? But as much as possible, if you can, have those windows up. If you got good air conditioning turned up, unless you hardly got no gas, which is a mistake. You should always have a full tank of gas in your car. Unless you can't afford it, then you do what you do. Then you know you can't turn on the air conditioner. You're just burning up gas. Okay? So then you let the window down. You better really be watching. Don't let the window down, but then you blasting, back that ass up or something, and you jamming, and somebody does something to you. Okay? But let's say it was a hot day. Got the window down, sitting there, and somebody comes up. They're trying to make conversation.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on? Now, the first thing you do, if your car is large enough, then it should be, unless you're sizable. And if you're sizable, this could be an issue for you, but turn your body. And we'll get into tools that in just a minute that you should have. But I turn, hey, how you doing, man? Do I know you?
Sure you do.
Sure I do. Where I know you from?
I was here last week.
Here last week. Well, I wasn't here last week. Keep your eyes on that person. Okay. I wasn't. Now, what I'm doing is keep my eyes on the sternum. Because people can play tricks with their eyes. You can bring it up to their bottom lip, and they'll think you're looking them in the eyes. You're still not looking them in the eyes. But I look at the sternum. That sends a subconscious signal to them. This person is somebody that's ready. So maybe I should pick another target. I don't remember you.
Yeah, I was selling the Girl Scout cookies.
You were selling Girl Scout. Yeah. Dang, okay, you're a Girl Scout. Now, when she makes her move on me, right, she goes to pin me with that front hand. She goes like that. Now, she goes to pin me with this hand. I know that's probably coming. I can't stick my hand out the window and reach. I get pulled. She'll grab me, pull me out the window, and then beat me to a pulp. So the opposite has to happen. I'm like, ma'am, what's going on? Or sir, right? Then I pull them. So I turn, so I got enough pulling power. I lurch my body back and I pull. Once I pull them in, slap to the ear or whatever, I can slam a hammer to the back of their neck, and then I am using the frame. So the frame of the window, slamming her head into the frame, the top, sides of the frame. I can slam it down. I can slam her arm down. That arm I cannot allow to get to me. So if I have her pulled, that arm's back there. Even if she grabs something, it's going to be hard for her to reach in the window. I'm jacking her up here. If you have a tool, you can make shorter work of her and have less worry of that over there. Okay. This is a life and death situation, and deadly force is justified. Well, I'm from Georgia. Well, I'm from Chicago, but I live in Georgia, in Atlanta. And in Atlanta, in Georgia, period, it's very loose. Bring that down. Turn it like this. Yes, there you go. Georgia is very loose with their rules for having a tool. So in Georgia, you can use a gun to defend your house, defend your car, and any property around or in that car or around that car or in your house. Now, you don't have to have a license here to have a gun. You have to have a license to carry concealed. Bring it down. Yes, keep it like that. So this hand, boom, I can slam that into the steering wheel. I can slam it into the frame to do more damage. I can straighten that arm, slam her elbow to dislocate her elbow. So you want to do as much damage as you can. All right. If you have tools in your car, which you should, Now my flashlight disappears on me. So hold on, I'll be right there. No, I'll be right there. Put it there, getting ready for this. Right. So you're in the car, you know, this seat, there's a thing here that everybody puts their receipts and job in. That's in the middle. You can have it on top of that. Okay. You can have it, yeah, that little cubby thing. You can have it hooked to your belt, what have you. You can have it like in pockets. If you're gonna do that, it should be in this pocket. If I'm the driver, it's gonna be like this. Okay. If I'm the passenger on that side, it should be in this pocket, because I would turn like this. So if I have it here, she puts the hand there. I mean, ma'am, put that up to block in case I'm punched. And then this flashlight has a crenellated bevel, which can tear flesh, break bone. So I slam that into her hand, rip and tear, slam it into her arm, I pull her in, and then she catches it to the back of her neck, under her ear, whatever I can get. I'm just slamming, because I don't want her to pull nothing on me. Okay, I will slam this like nailing wood nailing a piece of wood. I will slam that until she goes to sleep. When I feel her weight on me like that, I know she's good in sleep. I slam a couple more times just to be safe. Then I push her on out the car, or I just hold her there while she sleep. Turn the car, whoo, drive off. Now I know I don't have to worry about her attacking me with nothing, right? Then I let her fall on out the car. Okay. Beautiful thing. I'm going to the train when I was a teenager. Dude comes walking up the street. They had their window down. He reached in the car and grabbed this woman's necklace. Her husband's on the other side of her, man, whatever it was. And he just, boom, hitting the dude, boom. And then she, and that dude's feet, I just drag it, and then you see him crack. You see him dislocate. His feet just drag. He lifts his legs up so it's not hurting his feet no more. And you just see the husband leaned over, boom, boom, and they speeding up the street, and then you see her push him out, and he boom, do. I said, man. And went to the train, caught my train. My day was better because he got exactly what he deserved. Okay? So be wise and be ready when you're in the car. Now, if their window was up, we didn't have to worry about it. Some people are bold enough, they'll bust your window. They bust your window, you're still sitting there. That wasn't very wise. Take off. Before he busted, when you see the dude there and he about to lift, take off. If at all possible, it could be cars in front of you, you can't, but that's a dangerous situation. Take off if you can. Okay? I was on the street, 22nd in California, in Chicago, the street. Okay? Driving home. Dude comes up to the passenger window. I had him down. It was hot. Had him down. He said, hey, man, give me a ride. First of all, white dude, it's a Mexican neighborhood over there, but it's a white dude in that area. It was incongruent. It didn't seem right. Hey, man, take me home. I said, bro, I don't got time to take you home. Man, I live right up the street. I said, okay, well, get them pieces to walk in. He said, man, take me home. I said, I can't, brother, like that. And then I knew. I said, brother, I'm trying to negotiate, right? I said, oh, I don't want to F this dude up for some reason. So let me go on, I said, brother, I would take you. He said, man, you're going to take me. I said, this. Put my gun, and he ain't paying no attention. Take my gun, put it on the side right here, got my hand on it. He opens the door. He unlocks the thing, opens the door. Get back up on the curb. Hey, man, get back on the curb. He gets on the curb, take off. If I didn't have that pistol, me and it would have been in a fight for real. Because he was going to get in that car. And he was going to force me, he thought, to drive. I would have had to go get my car detailed if he had sat his ass in that car. Because I would have ruined my car with him. Okay? So anybody have a gun, but the gun is dangerous because he could have had a tool. Always assume that the person does have some type of tool too. Okay. And he was bold. I'm gonna make this nigga. I'm not supposed to be in the neighborhood, but I'm gonna make this nigga take me where I want to go. So be very careful. Imagine it was a sister. He'd have been more aggressive. Okay. So carry your flashlight with you if you can. Also have knives with me. This knife in this pocket here, I'm pretty good with pulling it, but in the space in the car, our car we have SUV, but in a small compact car, I may not be able to get it out. Right, I'm struggling to get it while he's punching me or she's punching me, right? I'm trying to get it out. And a folding knife too, now I gotta open it. I pulled it out, and now within this space, now I gotta try to open it. And when you're nervous, I've said this before, it's hard to use fine motor skills. This is a fine motor skill to press that and make that open. Okay, that's not a switchblade. This is part of the knife, and so it pushes it open. But if I'm nervous, and you're trying to do that, now they know you got a knife. And you didn't get it open quick enough. You want to be able to pull it, open it, and go to work. Okay. But if you do, once again, you got to get that car detailed. It's going to be blood everywhere. If it sprays in your face, you're not going to be able to drive away well. Okay. Think of that. If you're using pepper spray, if I spray her with pepper spray, we're this close, and I spray her with pepper spray, I'm going to get it in my face too. I won't be able to see, so I can't drive off. Because once the pepper spray gets you, you're squinting, you really can't see well. I would end up crashing. So pepper spray is not a good tool to have, right, in the car like that. And most people, when they have pepper spray, they have it on their keychain. Okay, that's cool. You walk into the car. Once you're in the car, I'm going to take it. Hold on a second. I take the key out, flip it, grab it, and I still get, no. The key is where it should be. That's ready to drive off, right? Now I'm trying to get the pepper spray off. Pepper spray is not a good thing to have, even if I have it in a clip, because like I said, I'm going to get it too. If it's windy, I can get all of it. They get none of it. Okay, unless I'm using the gel, and even that, someone will get on me. Okay. So, just so you know, with pepper spray, it's not that safe. This is good. A knife is good. A fixed blade knife is better. This is a folder. Fixed blade, you pull it, it's already out. You cut. You better not have a big one like I have, and it's on your belt, because you're not going to have room to pull that. You could have it right there, kind of back on that same cubby thing, and you pull that and cut. Okay. People say, well, okay, what about pistol? Pistol you can have, but if they see that pistol when they look in that car, they really coming for you now. They want it. They're trying to snatch you forward so you can't get to it. Open that door, snatch you out. Now they got the pistol and your car. Okay. So at least have it where they can't see it. They have holsters now that are magnetized, and that will stick right up under your dashboard right there. Person doing whatever, you pull that. If you have a large enough car, you have an SUV especially, or if it's a big body car, you have a Charger, you have a Cadillac or something like that, or Buick, you can now push yourself over into the passenger side when you draw, and you can aim at the person through the window. Now, if they're trying to snatch that door open where you open up on his ass, okay, or her ass, you open up on him. But don't pull them right here. That could be a fight for your tool. So push yourself back. If you can go into that passenger seat and fire from there. Just do not fire with your legs up in the air. You fire with your legs up. It's viable to fall if somebody's coming at you with a knife. You do a back fall and you aim it. I've seen people, I was teaching that, and people had their foot up and their foot right in line with the muzzle of the pistol. They'd have blown a hole in their own foot. You lose that engagement, you shoot yourself in the foot. You shoot yourself in the foot, the last thing you're worrying about is them taking your car. Now they're going to beat you some more, beat you in the head while you got the hole in your foot, throw you out, still got the hole in your foot. They're going to get in the car, drive off, you still got the hole in your foot. They're going to put a Band-Aid right here when you go to the doctor. They didn't bust your head to the white meat, you still got a hole in your foot. They're going to patch that mug up, you still got a hole in your foot until it heals. Okay, so you don't want a hole in your foot from you yourself. You got to deal with that. They say when Tupac was shot, he was shot 6 times, 9 times, or I think 6 times. 5 of the shots came from somebody else. One of the shots came from him. He shot himself in the groin. Because he had a pistol on. If people don't know that. He shot himself. I love Pac, but that's the truth of that. So when you carry even, all that's, you have to think of how you carry. So that's called an appendix carry. That's cool if you really train for that, but if not, if you draw your pistol and your fingers in the trigger, that's a mistake anyway. It should be along the side of the slide. When you pull it out, if your fingers on the trigger and you pull, and it's right there where you hit yourself, you're lucky if you hit yourself in the groin. Because you hit yourself in the femoral, you're going to bleed out, more than likely. If you have it on the side and your fingers there, stupid, you shoot, it may graze your leg. That's the worst you're going to get. Okay. So always be aware of what you're doing. Even when you pull this, if I pull her in and I'm like this, and I'm slamming away, and she's trying to fight too, and pull away, I slam my hand, oh gosh. So don't have your hand away, and if that's a knife, that's really bad. Okay. You pull them in, I pull like that, and now I slam well below. If I just want to hit her elbow, I can bring this hand up and hold her and slam to my heart's content until I hit that lovely crack of her elbow. Okay? I don't want to hit a lovely crack of my hand. That would be terrible. Yeah, I was beating. That dude tried to take my car, tried to broke my hand, then they took my car, and my hand was broken. Okay? So just practice all that you do. You practice here, you practice pulling out your pocket, you practice hitting. You say, oh, I have my hand away. That's not, let me not have my hand away. Let me grab their wrist and hit them in the arm, hit them in the neck. So it's nowhere near hitting myself. That's very important, y'all. All right, so flashlight, you can use a marker like the Sharpie, the metal ones. You can get a pocket sharp, which is made of a hard polymer, doesn't break. If you've been watching this for a minute, you've seen me use the pocket sharp. Okay, I really recommend that. Or the flashlight. I love flashlight. This is also when you're driving, you can't see the house numbers. You can play. If it's a good flashlight, you flash and you can see the house numbers. You know where you're going. Okay. All right. So that is safely dealing with somebody that attacks you in the car from the outside. What if they're in the car already? Number one, so you briskly get into a car. But if you know, I go up to the car, I go to, and that door opens. I say, oh shit, I forgot to lock the doors. I hope you didn't have a baby put in there. If you did, you should have seen somebody if they were in there, because you're supposed to get in there with the baby and you put them in the car seat, right? But look back there now, because the doors are unlocked. Maybe you did it, maybe somebody else did. Look through that back window, make sure nobody is on the floor, nobody's under blankets and stuff like that. You have an SUV, look in the back, make sure nobody's back there. If somebody catches you back here, they're laying down, they catch you. This is a bad scenario because they're going to try to choke you from behind with the seatbelt. Okay, if the seatbelt goes across my neck, I'm in trouble. You can't survive it, though. First thing you do, is bring your chin to your chest. Bring your chin to your chest and raise your shoulder. That makes it hard to pull that belt any tighter across your neck. Down, up, down, chin, up, shoulder. That makes it hard to pull that across your neck to choke you with. Because once it's here, going across my neck, they snatch that back, I'm done. Okay. I was watching the videos of children were doing that playing with their father and caught him with it. He was trying to teach them, I think, what to do. And they caught him with that mug because he really didn't know what to do and was choking to high hell. Okay. Chin down, shoulder up. Now, this hand is here has got the belt going across. You got to do is called pluck. This is a C hand. You come up to their forearm, you pluck that down. That's the same if they use their hand. You weren't paying much attention. She's getting ready to grab it with her other, grab underneath like this, and not pull back. That's a choke. So I'm gonna let her put the choke on. I'm gonna get out of the choke. The first thing you have to do is get out of the choke. It's going. This here is going across my Adam's apple, and so it's a straight up choke. It would choke me out in about a minute and 30 seconds. You say, "Oh, that's quick." It's really not. I got time before I pass out. Just know you got time. I'm going to get out. This is the simple part to stop myself from choking. You still got some work to do, but this is how you stop yourself from choking. Go ahead, dear. Put it on. Hand goes up. Put it on. Yes, that's it. I want to tap it. I'm not. Do it. Put it on. Oh, there you go. You pluck down. See all that space I got now? Okay. Now, don't do this with your friends. Like, I'm going to let you go to 1 minute, 29 seconds. Then I'm going to pluck. And you say, oops, I timed it wrong. You're out of it. So you won't be dead. You'll be unconscious. But if somebody knocks you out, they plan on doing something to you, you'll probably be dead shortly after. Okay. The length of time it takes to knock you out, that's usually the amount of time it takes for you to wake up. It takes 10 seconds to knock you out. It's just going to take longer. 10 seconds is usually when you wake up. You usually wake up about a minute and a half. I know on TV they show a person waking up 2 hours later. It don't work like that. If you wake up 2 hours later, your brain damage. So they grab here. She grabbed. Go ahead. That's my wife's young lady one. Go ahead. Pluck. Now, when she was younger, she knocked me out with the choke, but now she got older. She don't want to knock me out. So this is here. I'm not choking. I still got to get rid of this though. Okay. So problem is, it's here on top of my arm, but that's also the beauty of it. And this is here. On the street, I could throw her and get out. Or I could turn around, reap her, get out. I don't have the use of my feet in this seat. So this is not the best. So what I do is I reach up. I'm not a Christian, but right now, I reach up, calling on the Lord. Lord, help me. You see that? Lord, help me. You see how she moves? Lord, help me. When she does that, this comes up. She let go because I was going to lift that up over my head. Once Lord helps me, I have to turn towards this. I don't care if this head gets knocked off because it will. I'm here and I'm turning, and that wasn't me putting, that's the seat. So you go here and get yourself out. If you say, well, I can't lift the arms to get out. Once I stop the choke, this thumb right here, I put my thumb on top of it, and I lock that right there. You okay? Say tap, because I just knew that you were feeling it. That's why I went there. But if you feel it, say tap. See, she's saying tap because I'm hyperextending her thumb. I'm hyperextending her thumb, and I can go this way too. So once I go here, I can pull that loose now. But what's going to happen? Do not let that go until you're able to get out. So once I do that, I reach for that door. She's going to be trying to stop me. I'm slamming her elbows and doing whatever I can to get out this car because you are really in a bad situation if they get back there. All right. If you give a person your back, you become an ancestor. Everybody that trains with me knows that. And I learned that from a Yoruba many years ago. So, you know, we believe you give a person your back, you become an ancestor. And that's true. You become an ancestor. You know, to do that, you got to leave this physical plane, this physical body at least. You're going to die. You expire. So you don't want somebody to take your back. That's a bad situation. It's worse if they put that seatbelt across your neck. They put the seatbelt across your neck. I've heard people, you know, talk about you got a knife, you take the knife. That takes a long time. I'm just, and they see me doing this, and they just go, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead, cut it. Yeah, be successful. No. I pulled a knife to cut. She got that across my neck, the seatbelt. And you see me doing this, all you do is put your hand on my fist, back here, and just slam it into my neck. Oh, now I'm leaking. That's all she got to do. Just put it right there. And yes, you always assume that the person who's attacking you is trained. So you do your best to survive and deal with that person. You don't say, oh, well, you know, a sucker ain't going to think that. Oh, you're training for a sucker? You're training to protect yourself against the sucker, the chump, the idiot. That don't make no sense. You're training to protect yourself against somebody who's good and who is intent on taking your life. And so you don't make stupid mistakes like that. This going across is a show in itself. Like I said, you got to stop the choke first. And now you still got work to do to get that from across your neck because all they got to do, I can't choke them. They can put that right up under your nose and pull your head to go right back because I can put my finger there and make your head go back. Your head will go right back. They slide it right back down to your throat. So that's a dangerous situation. That's a show in itself, and we will deal with that in the show in itself because it's very dangerous. But the key to any danger is avoidance. Avoidance is the highest level of martial arts. So the first thing is I get in that car, I lock that door, I have the windows rolled, the keys there, I'm ready to go if I have to go. All right. My wife would be shopping, I'll sit in the car, I said, I need to sit in the car. Right? I'll sit in the car, waiting for her. I got the keys in the ignition. Door's locked. Right. She comes out the store, I'm waiting. She gets up to the door, then I unlock it. I don't just unlock it as soon as I see her come out the store because Joe could be waiting right there to snatch me up. I'm ready though, so if I have to get out the car, if Joe attacks her, I'll get out the car, handle Joe. While I'm handling Joe, I'll tell her, get in the car, start the car. I'll whoop Joe's ass. I'll run, get in the car, and we got to be ready to drive off because I ain't trying to explain why Joe has been mangled so bad. Okay? So that is how that will happen, right? Or I jump out of the car and I get my ass whooped, still have the car going because I jump in the car and say, let's go to the hospital. So either way, that car should be ready to go, okay? So if you have those, window up, doors locked, car ready to go, you're pretty good as far as your safety. Somebody comes to the window, hey, I gotta holler at you real quick. Yeah, okay, holler at me through the window, holler at me. You see him pitching into anything, just cruise on off. Cruise on off. Don't sit there. What you doing? Get your hand out your pocket. You don't want to do that. Because now he pulls a flashlight like mine, he break that window. Pull off. Okay? Now, you got in the car safely, you get home. Now you got to get out the car safely. First, when you go home, and for some of you all, this is common sense, but convenience, wanting convenience, that kills common sense. You pull up to your driveway. Once again, your favorite tune playing. You got some Moo Fresh playing. You know, whoever it is. You got Parliament Funkadelic, whatever. You know, you haven't heard Flashlight in a while, and Flashlight Red Light is playing. You getting that jamming, and they ain't got to that. Everybody's gotta live a life under the sun, and you waiting for it. See, waiting for that part, right? Under the sun, and it ain't got that. You say, okay, I gotta hear that under the sun part, and you just waiting. And Rob, who lives across the street, has noticed that you do this all the time. So Rob said, I'm gonna get this thing. Because he gonna listen every day. He listening to some song. He gotta hit the end of it. So, under the sun, and he know the song too. He under the sun, as he creeping over, under the sun, under the sun, under the sun. That's the end of it. He about to get out the car. You get out the car, Rob cocks you, okay? So don't listen to your favorite song in there. Don't finish that phone conversation. Really, the phone should be here. You ain't really supposed to be holding the phone to your ear, talking while you're driving. I think that's every state, but I notice here you're not supposed to do that. Don't finish that phone conversation. Tell them, I call you back. I'm at the house now. I hit you back. I'm going in the house. Okay. Don't finish watching your favorite episode, Judge Mathis. Your favorite Game of Thrones is almost over. Because the phone ain't a phone no more. It's everything. It's computer. It's the movies. It's TV. Everything but a phone. Don't do that. I'm playing video game. Candy Crush. Candy Crush. Don't. You got to finish Candy Crush and finish making, getting the soda bottles, whatever the hell it is, right? Don't do it. Play that later. I don't know if we got a save on it. If it don't, well, you shouldn't have started playing that. You should have waited till you got in the house, start playing your favorite game. Okay. The idea of going home is to go home. Is to get to go home is to be safe. That's your safe haven. Get in there safely. Don't get out the car, turn around, go to the mailbox. Most time when we do that, because we quickly go to the mailbox, the door's open. So now, Rob, he slips in there. I get that nigga in the morning. I'm going to take me a nap. They sleeping in the back of your car. They got in the front, climbed over in the back. Front seat open, you figure, well, back straight. You close the back door, you go inside. Rob's taking a nap in your car, or he goes to steal all your junk, leave, or he waits. Leaves the doors unlocked. He goes in this house, has him some dinner. He gets up 4 in the morning, gets back in your car because he left it unlocked. He's waiting on you when you get in there. Now you're dealing with that back situation right there. Okay. So get out your car, lock it, go right to your door, and go. You got your children with you, you get out your car, you help them out the car. Lock those doors, you usher them ahead briskly, looking around, making sure nobody's coming up on y'all. Y'all get in the house as quickly as possible. When you open the door to get in the house, you step around them or you tell them, wait, you go in first, make sure everything's safe. That's another video on how to enter your house safely, right? You go in, make sure everything's safe before they go in. If you're walking towards the house, somebody's coming at y'all. If you're closer to, and make sure your key's out to get in the house too, just like to get in the car. If you're closer to your car, you just took 3 steps away, you see this suspicious person come around from the side of your house, get back in your car, leave. Leave, come back. If you got a loved one inside the house, call them. Hey, there's somebody just came out from the side of the house when I pulled up. So we drove off. We're gonna drive around the corner real slow, come back. You know, you can handle that business. If that person that can handle it, you can handle that business. We'll be back around in a little bit, right? If it's your elderly auntie in there, well, you got things to figure out. You don't want the elderly auntie getting hurt. So now you got to think, but if you got children with you, you know, you call elderly auntie, tell her, make sure everything's locked up, get strapped, sit and wait. But if it's just you have to make a decision. Well, I'm going in. I can't leave my elderly auntie or my mama or whoever it is in there by themselves. I'm going to take care of that business. Still get in that house as quickly as possible if you can. You may not want to pull away then because you pull away, come around the corner, pull up, and now the door's open to your house. You're going to lose your mind because you know that they're in the house on that person. If my wife pulls up, suspicious person, and that happened, she said, so and so, somebody on the side of the house said, what? I'm going to come out and deal with it, right? She could pull off. She come back around, the door's open. Somebody in there jacked up. It's either me or that person, probably that person. So somebody jacked up in there, you know, but still don't come in the house, still call me. Everything all right, babe? Oh, yeah, I'm sitting on this dude's chest. Don't come in, though. And I come out with a carpet over my shirt. She know everything good. All right. So now if she call, I don't answer the phone. Or I answer the phone. You still don't come in the house because I got jacked up. All right. So make sure you're careful going in the house and you briskly get there while your head's on the swivel. You're looking around. And you make sure everything is good. Okay. So
it's locked.
The male person's trying to get in, the door's locked. So normally what do they do? Just leave it there when you're not here? All right. So that's pretty much it. Let me look and see if there are any questions. Somebody said, don't do her like that. Oh, talking about my wife. But she's fine. Oh, that's Bile saying that. Let's see, shaking my head. Okay. All right. So are there any questions anybody has? Any questions? Our camera person, yes, Amy.
So you said, when you give up your back, that make you an ancestor. But
you can become an ancestor. Yes.
So when the person is sitting behind you in the car, wouldn't you already have gave up your back?
That's what I'm saying. That's a dangerous situation. That's why it's so dangerous. Just because it's a dangerous situation doesn't mean you can't get out of it. All right. Your chances are a lot slimmer than if they were in front of you. That's why we work hard not to let somebody take our back. But if it happens, you better be able to get out of it. Right? So, yeah, I can get out of that, but I've been training a long time. Your average Joe might not be able to get out of it. I'm not going to lie to the person and tell them that that's an easy thing, but here's the easy fix. Not that. The easy fix, it is easy fix. The easy fix is situational awareness and being very, very careful. You systematize most things, right? So it's a system to getting in the car, getting out of the car. And you stick to that system. You stick to making sure I keep the windows up. You stick to making sure you lock the door. You stick to those things, then you pretty much be safe. Right? You stick to, sometimes you look under the car, you look to the sides of the car. You may want to, as you're going up to open that door, do a quick peek inside too. There's lumps in the back under blankets, and you know there was no lumps before. No, just Don't just, shrug your shoulders or hand wave it. Why is it like that? People say, well, what do? You might want to call a comrade, and y'all both search that car. If you got a spouse with you, a friend with you, y'all both search that car. But you don't do it by yourself. You definitely don't have your children do that with you unless they're grown and capable. Because that's a dangerous situation. Standing up is a dangerous situation outside in a car where I can't use my feet. And what drives all technique?
Footwork.
Footwork drives all technique. So if I can't use my footwork, my technique is cut off in the first place. Okay, so that my techniques are weaker, and then they're behind me too. Oh boy, I'm really in that. And I haven't even dealt with the fact of that choking me with that, and then have a knife or a gun to my head or my throat. See? And here's the car. Well, the car keys in there. If you let me out, you can have the car. But if they're doing that, they probably don't want the car. See? So there's some very dangerous situations out here. A lot of times abductions happen. Most abductions of grown women. You listen to their stories. It happens when they're trying either to catch an Uber, or Lyft, whatever, or they try ride share, or they're trying to get in their car, or they're sitting in their car, whatever, and that's when they get snatched up. They get snatched out of their car. The car door with locked. On the ride share, okay, if you call a ride share, make sure that person's face who's in that car matches who Uber, Lyft, George, whoever the ride share is. Make sure that face matches who they sent you. Okay. Oh yeah, we changed the driver. Okay, well, I'm cool. I gotta call another. Don't get in that car, because that could be a lie. They can have your phone tapped. Somebody was talking about they have ways of knowing. You call in, and then they can look and say, okay, they called this address. This car's supposed to be picking them up, but we're gonna intercept that or whatever. Dave, your brother, you get in the car, coming from a party, getting in the car to take the rideshare home, and some other jumped in the car, snatched them up out of there. Hey man, we taking this ride. I said, well, son, I'm glad you just let them, take the ride. So I started to fight for why? Let them take the ride. They're crazy as hell. The danger wasn't so much for him. That driver was in danger. Because also, if you drive rideshare and the person doesn't match, you can say, Adam, that may not be the best thing to do. You look at the person named Adam, you say, George? Yeah. Leave. Because you wasn't picking up George. Okay? Every so often you may want to do that. Because you don't want to get the wrong person. They forced their way into that car, and I don't know what they did with that dude. They made him drive off. You could have taken the car or taken him. So make sure if you're doing ride share, you're doing all those steps too, and more. Student of mine was doing ride share, worried about it. He had a pistol in it, and I'm going to say this about the side pocket in your door. He had a pistol right there. The person riding saw it. You think people can't see it? They saw. When they got in the car, they said he got a pistol there. They reported it. Right before Christmas. He doesn't celebrate Christmas, but he can sure use that Christmas bonus. They fired him right before the Christmas bonus. So, but they had told on him a couple weeks before, but so they ain't got to pay out that bonus to him. That's when they let him go. Just be careful. Now, in the side door, I never said, have it in this such and such in the side door. You may have a stick claw hammer, whatever, that cubby hole is better. Even if you're a lefty, Bile is a lefty. Somebody, if they can, snatch their door open. You try and do it, you can get snatched with it. But even if not, you say, hey man, you know what's going on? Hey man, open the door, man. Open the door. He's trying to open your door. You go for that right there. It could be a deterrent. But if they bust that window while your head's down right there, glass getting all in your face, you gotta look up again to see them. That's not the best place. And it's hard to get to. Especially if they behind you. It's hard to get to that. Now if they right here, I got long arms, so if somebody was doing that, stop them from choking me, I can reach up under that dashboard, pull that pistol, you know what I mean, and boom, fire right there. I'm gonna be deaf. They're gonna be deaf. So it's okay. Even if you didn't fire that close to you, you're in the car and you fire. The sound is so amplified, it's gonna jack your ears up. Just so you all know, we were shooting the film, and this guy shoots this dude who owed him money in the film. He's sitting in the passenger seat. He shoots this guy, Felix. You owe me money, Felix. And he shoots Felix, right? The actor, it was so loud. Now, we had practiced it outside. It was, it was loud, but it was so loud. It's a blank. Boom! It scared the actor. We shot it 3 times, and we just couldn't, because he was so frightened. Boom! It was loud as heck. He pushing the gun away. He's supposed to just, die. He pushed the gun away. And the last one, he pushed the gun away, tried to play it off, gets out the car, falls down. And so we went with that one, but that wasn't supposed to happen. But it was so loud, he could not control his nervous system. He had to jump and push that away. That's what his nervous system told him to do, okay? So, and that's a blank, an actual pistol, 9mm, 45. Your ears gonna be jacked up, but I tell you, in combat, when you're shooting, you don't even feel no pain in your ears. You don't feel any pain in your ears. Not even after. There's something about it. Maybe you dampen things or whatever, but I never wore ear protection in the field. Shooting at the range, taking students to the range, teaching them to shoot and teaching different drills and things. Then I wore or wear ear protection. But you still outside, indoors, shoot for survival's sake. Never had to wear ear protection. I might have jacked up ears, I don't know, but my hearing, when I get tested, I have perfect hearing still. So maybe it wouldn't bother you. If you shot in there, or when we were shooting the film and it's boom, it's loud, people freaking, I was fine. Okay. Depends on what your training is, but pistol's not the best to have, particularly somebody in the back. You got children back there. It's not, they behind you, you shooting, you're not looking, you're just trying to get them away from you. That's not the best thing. You got a child back there. Okay. That knife, flashlight, those are better. Particularly if you don't want blood, then that flashlight is better, or that pocket shot. Okay. Any other questions? Put them in the comments. We will get to them. Like, share, and subscribe. Share this video. Mash the like button. Subscribe to us. We'll have more videos dealing with more topics. It just gets better and better. And we will see. I thank my wife. I thank Yami for helping me with this video. We're going to have them on one day. We're going to do a video about family and family protection and stuff like that. So I'm going to have them on for that. Everybody, all 3 of the instructors for the show, we have family members on there talking about that stuff. And So we'll see you soon. We'll see you next week, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love y'all. Stay black or whatever you are. Peace. Peace, born eternal Lord, Raquel E, Spider-Man, Stopping the System, everybody. Peace. Love y'all.